Hi friends, it's Stephy and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the cartoons that I used to watch as a kid. Now I have a lot on this list, so I'm going to be doing a few in this video. So this will be like more than one part, but I'm going to be telling you from the shows that I used to watch as a kid. So one of the shows that I used to watch as a kid was Doug. If you didn't know what Doug was or is, he's basically a guy, I'm not sure if he's in middle school or high school, and he had a friend and he was like blue colored. And I remember watching this show a lot as a kid. I remember McDonald's also had like toys when the movie came out, and I had like one of the toys, I think two or three of the toys. And from what I can remember off of this show, I think the movie was based off of a monster that they had found in the lake or something, but that's one of the shows that we used to watch as a kid, or I used to watch as a kid. The next one is the Powerpuff Girls, the 90s version, not the new ass version that doesn't really like, Anyways, the old Powerpuff Girls in the 90s, I used to love that show so much. I even have a very big Bubbles plush that I still have. I'll probably show it to you guys in a different video, but I remember I was obsessed with that Powerpuff Girls. I used to watch every episode. I even had a Powerpuff Girl themed party, and I just love the Powerpuff Girls. They were like the best show I could have watched as a kid. Another show I used to watch is Pepper Ann. Now I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even remember who Pepper Ann is, but she is a red-haired girl, and her show used to be on in Disney Channel or like Disney Toons or something, but she was on Disney. And I remember watching her show every Saturday morning when they had the one Saturday morning thing on ABC. And I used to love that show, and so did my sister. Another show that we used to watch is Recess. Now, I remember as a kid that I never really liked Recess, the show, but we still watched it. But I really hated it for some reason as a kid. I haven't watched it since, so maybe if I watch it now I'll change my mind. But I remember as a kid I used to hate watching that show. So another show that we used to watch is called Chalk Zone. I think this show was on Nickelodeon, and it's basically about a boy who, whenever he draws something in real life and erases it, it becomes real in the Chalk Zone world. And it was a very interesting show, and I remember when I was little, I used to always think that if I were to draw something on the chalkboard, that it will come to life, and that would scare the heck out of me, so I would not want to draw on a chalkboard because of that show. Another show that I actually kind of still watch to this day is Arthur. It used to be it still is on PBS Kids, and Arthur's like the best show. I love it so much. Arthur's like the best show ever. I still watch it on PBS Kids because I'm a kid still, obviously. Arthur's the best. I love Arthur so much. Another show we used to watch is SpongeBob, and now, yes, I know SpongeBob is still running, but the old episodes back in the early 2000s when it first came out, or I'm not sure when it first came out, maybe 2000s. The very original, like, early 2000s SpongeBob was the best SpongeBob, and I still kind of watch it to this day, the old SpongeBob, not like the new 2010 SpongeBob. The Winx Club is another show that I used to watch as a kid. I used to always love watching this show. My favorite Winx Club girl, I think, was Stella. I don't know, I mean, I kind of like Bloom now, but like as a kid, I used to love Stella. Another show was the Rugrats. I loved Chucky. He was the best. Actually, when I was younger, I used to love Tommy. Why did I like Tommy? I don't know, because I tend to like the leaders of the damn show, but as I grew up a little bit more and started watching it a little bit more, I learned that I really love Chucky. He's really cute. He's kind of like me. I'd be scared to do things. Oh, another show that I was obsessed with as a kid is Danny Phantom, and I'm still obsessed with him to this day. He's like my babe. No one else can have him. He's mine. My sister and I used to be obsessed with Danny Phantom. She even drew me a whole bunch of Danny Phantom art that I still have to this day. They're hidden somewhere, but I remember I have a whole bunch of Danny Phantom art because I loved him so much. And I just love him so much. I think I might want to cosplay him one day. The Fairly Odd Parents, which was on Nickelodeon. I loved their Fairly Odd Parents. It was, even though I really hated some characters in the show, and Timmy's parents are so fucking dumb, like, how are they parents? But they're still loving and caring, and I really like the Fairly Odd Parents. And I like the Fairly Odd Parents that did not have poof in it, or that damn girl. Another show that we used to watch as a kid is Jimmy Neutron. I don't know if anyone else, but my dad and I used to call him like a chocolate cone head, because his head was like kind of shaped of a chocolate cone or like ice cream or whatever. But I used to love that show all the time, even though Jimmy kind of annoyed me and Cindy annoyed me too. But I really liked that show, and I especially liked the movies, especially because that's when I learned the chicken dance in the movies. And there's this one episode I remember where Jimmy had made a pizza machine where if you order something it'll pop up. And then I remember towards the middle of the episode, the pizzas turned evil on them. That was like my favorite episode. Teenage Robot. If you didn't know what Teenage Robot was, it's basically a robot who's a girl, and she actually went to school and stuff. And I remember whenever a new episode came out, I would like want to sit in front of the TV and watch the episode before I go to bed. I don't really remember too much about this show, but I did remember that I used to love it so much. A lot. American Dragon Jake Long was another show that my sister and I were obsessed with. We actually watched this at the same time as Danny Phantom, and so I also did have a lot of art that my sister drew me of American Dragon Jake Long. I also remember that my sister drew me a birthday card that had American Dragon Jake Long on it, like Jake Long from the Dragon. I really loved that show up until the point when they updated the art style, and I'm like, fuck, why they fucking update it? Ugh. Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, not like the Teen Titan Go. I never really watched the show too much, but I do remember watching it, and my sister did really love the show. And yeah. Ben 10 is another show that I remember watching, but I don't remember watching too much. I remember my friends were obsessed with it. I never really watched it as much, but I do remember watching it. Foster Home for Imaginary Friends is another show that I was really obsessed with, and I obviously love Blue because he's blue and that's my favorite color, and he's like really silly, and yeah, he's my favorite character. And yeah, I remember watching that. And the last one that I'm going to be saying for now is Ed, Edd n Eddy. I also remember kind of hating the show at one point. I used to love watching it a lot, but then I remember towards like the end of its running on Cartoon Network, I really hated it. Don't know why. It's because for me, I didn't like watching certain shows because I wanted to watch other shows, but then like I had my sister or my cousins wanted to watch Ed, Edd n Eddy or other shows that I didn't want to watch at the time because I wanted to watch certain shows, and I was like, oh, I hate this show because I wanted them to change the channel so I could watch something that I wanted. So I didn't really hate it because of the content of the show. I just hated it because I wanted to watch something that I wanted to watch, but at the same time that I wanted to watch something, it was the same time that Ed, Edd n Eddy was on, so I was like, but that's one of the last shows. I do have more on my list, but I'm saving them for another video because I don't want this video to be too long. So if you have any of, or if you've seen any of the shows that I've mentioned, please comment down below. I would like to talk about other shows that we watched together. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you do subscribe, you will get notifications for when I upload more videos, such as this one. And if you, nope, I already said that. And until next time, bye.